Opposition leader there, Raila Odinga, eulogizing the controversial businessman Jacob Juma, who was gunned down late last evening. But there has been a lot of questions on who Jacob Juma really is, given the kind of reaction that his death has attracted, of course, on the social media and outside. Let us just take a look at who Jacob Juma really is, a controversial businessman, as I have mentioned. He is a contractor with interest in mining. He also has some interest in large-scale farming, real estate, and construction. And one of the things that stand out, especially on his Twitter handle, which is @Kabetes, or was @Kabetes, is how vocal he has been on matters to do with the corruption. He has been one of the most vocal people talking about the Eurobond fund that has a lot of intrigue surrounding it. There has been the NYS saga, and Jacob Juma was among those who were very vocal on the social media, condemning anti-corruption and condemning corruption, beg your pardon, and giving insights to what might be happening in the circles of those who have been, quote-unquote, eating the money. Now, of course, let us take a look at the controversial cases that have involved Jacob Juma over the time. There was a case between Juma and the Nairobi Cereals and Produce Board, of which his company, the Erad Supplies, was suing the NCPB for 500 million Kenya shillings for alleged breach of a contract. We also had a land tussle between Jacob Juma, a 250-acre land tussle between Juma and former President Moi's daughter called Jennifer. This is a case that culminated to them going to court, and the case is still on at the Court of Appeal. Of course, former President Daniel Arap Moi tried to solve the issue amicably, but it couldn't, hence it being taken to the court. Also, as I've mentioned, of course, the case is still pending in court, but let's take a look at the other cases that involved the late Jacob Juma. He filed 2 cases against Deputy President William Ruto. And one of them was that he wanted the Deputy President to return 730 million Kenya shillings to the Kenya Pipeline Company after a fraud case against him. And we also saw him sue the Deputy President over the Western Hotel that is located along Langata Road. And of course, Jacob Juma was accusing the Deputy President of grabbing that land from the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. That case, of course, was thrown out by the court. We also have Jacob Juma sued the then mining cabinet secretary Najib Balala over cancellation of mining license, and here the controversial businessman was accusing CS Najib Balala of demanding for an 80 million shillings bribe for him to have his mining license back. And as we had mentioned earlier, he has interest in mining, and his company is called Kotek Limited. These are some of the